The person who was once a believer, a Christian, I want to just talk to you for a moment. Maybe you're not a believer anymore, or maybe you're questioning your faith. Maybe you're sitting there asking, why do I have to go to church? Maybe you're asking, why do I have to give my tithe and offering? Well, let's look at a few things, okay? I grew up feeling the same way too. I'm like, yo, why? What am I missing out? Until I realized as I got older and started to read the scripture from my own understanding and not just hear a doctrine, right? I had to read it from my own understanding. And it turns out that, number one, it says in the Bible, do not forsake the assembly of believers. And the reason why is because it's a community. The easiest way to put it is like, if you're working out from home, that's cool. You're going to get good results. You could. There's a possibility you can. But if you're struggling with workouts or nutrition, and you feel like you're alone, then join to a community. It just makes sense. Now, why do we give? We give because we support the ministry. What they're doing is they're laboring. And this is all biblical, by the way. I believe it's in Corinthians. It's like, and I could put all the scriptures below. But this is all biblical, and it's like, we're called to be in freedom. However, Paul is talking to the Galatia, and in Galatians 5:13, he was like, but don't use your sinful nature and abuse this freedom. This is made so we could help one another in love. And so the reason why I personally walked away from my faith and allowed the world to distract me is because I didn't know the truth. I'm like, man, these people just want my money. I don't have to go to church. I can just do it. That's all lies. The enemy wants to isolate you so that way you are far away from the truth. The enemy doesn't want you to give because the more that your fist is closed, the more you can't receive. Like, he doesn't want you to receive. You have to literally give a breath in order for you to receive it. You go to your favorite places like Amazon and shop. You go to your favorite, restaurants, and you never complain about giving the money because you get an exchange. The reason why you're not getting an exchange or getting what you need from the church or the message is because your heart is not ready. You have to genuinely open up your mind, open up your heart. And another thing too, just because you went to a bad restaurant, let's just use McDonald's. I hate McDonald's, but you went to a bad McDonald's now, doesn't mean every single McDonald's is bad. And so just because you had a bad experience with one church, doesn't mean it's the end all. That doesn't mean that's what church is all about. And I think that's where most of us mess up. We go based on like experience instead of looking back at the word. Like, okay, if something's off in the ministry, then analyze it, address it, and go to another one. You don't have to church hop, but you need to really study the word yourself to show yourself through. Because if you don't, it's dangerous. You will not be living in God's will. And God's will for your life is very specific and very simple. But most of us, we get distracted.